By default, if you do nothing, an AST will automatically roll over into a periodic tenancy. That just means it continues on a month-by-month basis under the same terms as the original agreement. When you're approaching the end of the tenancy, it's the perfect time to review the rent and see how you stack up against the current market rates. To work out what your property's worth now, check what similar properties are going for in the area and see how your rent compares, the same way you did in your initial valuation. If you're charging less than the current market rate, which with the way the market is at the moment, probably is the case, now is your opportunity to bring it up to where it should be. We tend to give good tenants who are staying a bit of a discount, usually around 5% below market value. It gives them a reason not to start shopping around, they feel rewarded for being a reliable tenant, and they end up staying longer. But even with them tenants, it's still important to raise the rent in line with the market. And it's much better to do it in smaller increases every year than leave it for a few years and try to bump it up by a big chunk all at once. Not only will you get more complaints about the increase and then being more likely to leave, but it's also less profitable to do it that way. And here's something that not many landlords think about. If you've got a tenant living in a property that's significantly below market rent, they'll adjust their lifestyle around that low rent. So if they do fall into financial trouble and you need them to move out, they're going to struggle to find anywhere else close to what they're paying for, which can make getting them out of your property a lot more difficult. Plus, even if your rent isn't going up, your costs still are. Your margin gets squeezed and suddenly there's no budget to get maintenance done properly. The property condition deteriorates, the tenant gets frustrated, and you're stuck in a situation where you can't increase the rent because of the condition of the property, and you can't improve the property because it's not making any money. The whole situation can be avoided by just keeping the rent in line with the market. If you want to know more about this, as well as everything else you need to know to rent your property out the right way, check the link in my bio to get free access to my ultimate letting guide.